Welcome to Self-Development Sunday with a quote from the book of Job, Job 2:10. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity as well? It's a great, great question, and one that Job answers really, really well. We'll get to that in a moment. First, my name is Christopher D'Armani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower aspiring Christian nonfiction writers, writers just like you, so you can share the story of how God led you from trauma to triumph, so that you can now, in this beautiful internet age, make the impact you know you were born to make. And that's what I want to talk about today, is how to make that impact and how to use those trials that you went through as the nuclear power source to get you through what's ahead, all the stuff that's going to be so amazing in your future. So, God, this statement, shall we indeed accept good from God and shall we not accept adversity? This is a testament to Job's resolve and his understanding that life, very much like writing, isn't only about the highs, but the inevitable lows as well. So, if you're not familiar with the story of Job, please go read it, because it's quite impactful, I guess is a great word for it, because God allows the devil to literally destroy his life. And then he's rewarded at the end for his faith, because God said, take my servant Job. He will not abandon me. And he never did. So yes, he went through some incredible lows. And he also got to experience some of the most amazing highs imaginable. And the same is true for you and I in our lives. We've gone through some really horrible crap. And at times it felt like we wouldn't make it. And yet, here we are. We're on the other side. And now it's time to serve those who are still trapped in that nightmare, so we can drag them out and bring them out to the life that we're now enjoying, so that they can see that there's actually hope. There's actually hope. So here's a couple of ideas on how to implement Job's wisdom into your journey down publication highway. Number one, embrace your challenges as opportunities. Challenges, they're just opportunities, they're stepping stones. They're things that you get to use on your journey to help propel you to success. So when you face a problem in your writing journey, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Go at it head on. Do not shy away. Embrace the opportunity to grow both as a person and as a writer, because both are inevitable. Both are inevitable. And just keep your proper perspective. Whatever's going on in your writing today, odds are you're not going to die because of it, nor is anyone else. So maintain that perspective that whatever this problem is, and I've talked about this at other times, I don't get afraid about publishing anything anymore, because when I published my very first book, and I did it through Amazon's KDP dashboard, I had published the book, it was out into the world. Not that anyone knew it was out into the world just yet, thank God, but it was published. I gave a copy to a friend of mine, and thankfully this friend had the courage to give me his honest opinion. And it was devastating. But in the heart of that devastation, I also knew he was absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And he gave me a second gift, which was helping me fix it. And I'm so grateful for so much that went on in that 24-hour period, because the very worst possible thing imaginable happened. What if I publish my book and somebody hates it? Well, my friend hated it. I utterly hated it, but he had a solution, and he was willing to share that solution, and I was willing to embrace that solution and implement it. So because my biggest possible fear ever about writing and publishing a book has already come true, and I discovered, wow, I can fix all of this, and I can do it inside 24 hours. How amazing is that? There's nothing that terrifies me about publishing anymore. Why would it, right? So I say that to just offer a perspective that no matter what your greatest fear is about writing and publishing your book, you can overcome it, even if it comes true. You truly can. If I can completely rewrite a book and turn it into an Amazon bestseller inside 24 hours after someone ripping it to shreds in front of my very eyes, guess what? You can too. You can too. So the struggles that you face today are the things that they're going to provide the fuel for your growth tomorrow. Like gold being refined by the fire, and the Bible talks about this all the time, refining the gold. This challenge will refine your character, your abilities, your courage, so you can move forward. It will hone all of those things, and sometimes it may be less pleasant than others, but they're all designed for your good, for your success. So whenever these things go on, no matter what they are, on the other side of it, whenever you have that small win, whatever that small win looks like, celebrate it. Progress, not perfection. In the midst of every adversary, there's always going to be a moment where you can find out what that thing is you need to fix. There's always an achievement something you can achieve. There's always something. So celebrate that something, whatever it is, no matter how big, no matter how small. Celebrate these small victories because they are the proof that you are persevering and that you're growing through all this experience. And writing your first book is going to be very challenging at certain points. I don't say that to scare you. I say that to say, hey, this is what's coming. So that you're forewarned. You know it's coming. So that when it arrives, you're not shocked. You're not knocked off track. You go, oh yeah, Christopher in that video, he talked about that. He said this was coming, and guess what? Oh my goodness, it's here. And he told me there's this way around it. Great, fantastic. Let me go find that video again. What did he say again? Oh yeah, persevere. That's it, persevere. Just like Job did. Because through that perseverance, success is inevitable. Absolute success is inevitable. And ask for support. There's all kinds of people out there willing to help. All kinds of them. So ask for help from your family, from your friends, from the people who are closest to you. And then if that's not enough, ask for help in a writing group. And if that's not enough, find someone who has done what you want to do and ask for their help. And if they require a fee for that service, invest in yourself. Because what they will do is shortcut your pathway to success. That's worth all kinds of money. That's why people write big checks to people like Tony Robbins, because he shortcuts their success. That's what any good writing coach is going to do for you. Shortcut your success. It's what I do with my roadmap for author success. It's a simple thing where you and I will sit down in the course of a single day and we'll develop your complete detailed roadmap for author success so you know every single thing you need to know to go from creating your outline to scheduling your writing sessions and when to do them in your day, all that stuff, including your detailed outline, all in a single day so that your success is shortened. People take months, people take years just to do this. You can do it in a single day. It'll punch some buttons. It'll certainly challenge you. But my goodness, at the end of that day, you're going to be so invigorated. How can you not be when you have this whole complete roadmap lying there right in front of you? And you're going to feel so empowered because, yeah, all this stuff is simple. But it takes that system to build it, put all the pieces together so that no matter what happens on any given day, you know exactly what to do. And that's what, when people talk about writer's block, this is what they're talking about. I don't know what to write, and I don't know why I want to write it. Really, all of writer's block boils down to those two things. I don't know what to write, I don't know why I want to write it. With a complete detailed roadmap for author success, you never have that problem. So writing becomes very easy. That's the process that I've used to write and publish 53 books. The process works, and that's why I love it. Because it guarantees my success. And if you watch any of my videos over time, I talk about this all the time. I love doing things that guarantee my success. I would hope that you do too, because we want to be successful. We want our book to be written, published, out there in the world, changing lives. It's so very important. And it's also, when you apply your diligence, when you apply persistence, it's really easy. Really easy. So writing a book is seldom that smooth sailing, right? writing a book is seldom smooth sailing. There are days where, yeah, of course, the words are going to flow like a river and it's really awesome and the sunset's beautiful and the waters are calm and everything's just going your way. But there will be those days where it's a little more challenging, a little more difficult, where the seas are tossing you to and fro and you don't even know which way is up because you keep getting tossed all over the place. Acceptance and perseverance and your faith that you can do this will get you through. I guarantee that. And I can guarantee that because I've done it. I've done it 53 times. And through every single one of those times, there's been plenty of days where I didn't know that I was going to be able to do it. That self-doubt would creep in, those fears would creep in. I would make the mistake of listening to that infernal editor, that little jerk inside my head that says, well, who do you think you are to write a book? You're nobody. You can't even write. Like, why are you even bothering with this paragraph? You suck. Like, he's not nice at all. So I do my absolute best to make sure I never listen to this guy. So in the moments where he does come in, I ask him a simple question. What is your source of information, Mr. Infernal Editor? Because he doesn't have one. He is a liar. He has one purpose in his life, and that's to destroy mine. So I just don't let him. I refuse to let him. So, and how I refuse to let him is simply by persevering, by doing exactly what I just shared with you throughout this video. Accept the fact that this is where I'm at in this moment, and I'm going to persevere through it. It's really that simple. It can be more difficult if you want it, but there's no reason to make it difficult. There's no reason at all to make it difficult. There really isn't. So I would love for you to connect with me on social media, because I would love to hear about that moment where your infernal editor was talking trash at you and you went, you know what? I'm not listening to that jerk because guess what? I remember that day when Christopher said, you don't have to listen to him. You really don't. Just because he's there, who cares? He may never go away, but you don't need to listen to him. Great line from the movie A Beautiful Mind. Oh yeah, the voices are all still there. I just don't listen to them anymore. Do that with your infernal editor, and your success is guaranteed. And I would love to hear about that day. So with that, God gives us all kinds of gifts, and sometimes they're the ones we want, and sometimes they're the ones that we need. And our job is to accept them and to persevere through them. So with that thought, have a fantastic